Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to the ILACE2024 conference. I'm so glad to have you join this workshop today. We're all here to discuss different innovative ideas, and hopefully by the end of the workshop you leave with some creative tools to apply in your own work. So let's get started and get the most of the workshop. My name is Magdi Abdelati. As you can see, it's also Magdi Mustafa in the conference book. That's my last name. And I'm currently working as a teacher of English at the British Council Egypt, and I had worked as a teaching assistant at the Faculty of Education, English Department, October 6 University before that. I also worked in different English centers like the Mid East Egypt for Level 1 and so many more. Today we'll be talking about a topic that might seem traditional and old for some of you, which is Google Forms. However, I'll try to spice it up by adding some AI ideas, how to use AI, and how to also apply some add-ons to your Google Form. So the title today is Enhancing Online Education, Integrating AI with Google Forms. All right, ready? Good. So what do you feel? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this comic or meme? What does it mean?
Everyone prefers online exams.
Exactly. Do you have a different idea?
Is it like offline exams are old-fashioned now?
From the manager perspective, right?
Yep.
He asked them, and when all of them said online exams and this one said offline, he threw him off the window, right? So
Because
it's
it's easier.
good. So this takes me to the next question. What do you think the differences are between online and offline exams? So offline exams, what are the advantages of offline exams? What do you think?
Grades.
Okay,
So you have like something tangible. You can
Good.
refer back to it.
what do you think? Do you prefer online or
It's mainly
online?
about the subjective questions, like
Good.
essay writing and something like that. So it's much better to do the online exams, offline exams.
When it comes to writing, yeah, I agree with you. What about you? What do you think? Do you prefer online or online exams? Yeah, personally. Personally, do you prefer online or offline?
It depends. Yeah, offline exams, like the teacher said, it's more benefit in the essay questions.
Yeah,
You
writing.
need more writing.
Good. What do you think? Online or offline?
Yeah, I prefer offline.
Offline. Good. What about you?
Online.
Online? What about you? Yes, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on.
Good.
If it is an essay or a writing exam or test, so I prefer offline exams.
Offline.
Offline exams makes me in the mood. Rather
Of
than,
examining and
yeah.
proctoring
Yeah.
exams and exactly. What about you? Online or offline? What about you?
When it comes to
Why are you here today? If you all prefer online. I'm kidding.
Can I add something?
Sure.
Offline exam, we can measure the accurate level of the students because we are
Proctoring them.
yeah.
You see if they are cheating or not.
Yeah.
This
But
will take
online
us
is
to
totally
one part of our session today.
okay.
You cannot proctor.
If I can observe online exams as well offline, it's okay.
Great. This will take us to one part of our session today. What about you?
Yes.
Sure.
This depends on the nature of the questions that we have. If we have translation questions, so we cannot manage translation online.
Mm.
Translation needs more than one tool needs more than issues to be tackled or to be presented.
Good.
Language itself, meanings, content, so it will not be easy.
For the students or for the teacher?
For the students, of course, and for the teacher to manage the correction of these papers,
Mhm.
correction of the exams itself, it depends on the topic itself. I mean, here. So translation needs really to be offline, and if you're talking about any kind of questions, MCQ questions, it might be for online ones.
Great. So we've been talking about online and offline. Do you prefer online or online exams?
For me, I prefer offline.
Offline?
Yes.
Good. One reason for that?
Maybe it's just the way you monitor effectively more
Mhm.
when it comes to offline.
Good.
If you have a strong proctoring system, it would be
Exactly.
amazing.
Exactly. If you can monitor them, you can observe them.
Yeah, it was like
Good.
cameras and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but sometimes, you know, you have technical issues happen.
Of course.
And, yes, like the internet connection.
That's the downside of it,
electricity.
because technical problems always happen,
Yeah.
especially with the students. Good. Especially in Egypt, of course. But we don't say that Egypt is bad, you know, because we're recording. I'm kidding. Good. So this is our agenda for today's workshop. I'll give you 1 minute to read it and ask me any questions. I don't want you to worry so much about the PowerPoint. Just send me an email. I'll show you my personal information. Just send me a message and I'll send you the PowerPoint. I don't want you to bother yourself taking photos during the workshop, okay? Just enjoy it, learn something, and I'll send you the PowerPoint. They seem a lot, but we're not gonna talk in detail about each and every topic of them, all right? Good. This one? Exactly, because these are the main focus of our session today. Good. However, I have the assumption that maybe some of you don't know Google Forms. Who haven't used Google Form before? Raise your hand if you haven't used the website Google Forms before. So you've all used it? Do you know how to use it? You don't? You don't? You don't? That's why. So we'll start by talking about Google Forms at the beginning. All right? So what do you know about Google Forms? What do you know about Google Forms? I want you to speak up because I want.
Yeah, it's basically like a website like Google Doc and Google Slide just to make some quizzes for the students.
Good.
Online.
Is it only for quizzes?
No.
Can we make surveys,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example?
Yes or no?
Good. Is it difficult to use? What do you think? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, user-friendly. It has a user-friendly interface. It's easy for use. Even if you haven't ever tried using it, if you just log into the website, you can use it. It's very easy. It also has seamless integration with other Google services because it's related to Google, so you can use it with Google Docs, as Muhammad said. You can use it with Google Spreadsheets, like Excel. You can use it with Google Drive easily and smoothly, right? The same case with Microsoft Forms. We have a similar website, and you can also use it easily with other Microsoft platforms, all right? It has real-time response collection and analysis. So if the students are taking the exam right now, you can just refresh the page each and every time, and you can see the responses at the same moment. Easy synchronization. And also it has versatile question types. You can create as many questions as you can with different types. This will take us to your part. You said maybe translation is not the best case. We can see that. Good. So this is the interface. I actually plan to have it in the PowerPoint so that if we have internet connection problem. So this is the interface. This is what you'll see when you just go to Google Forms. All right. Let's discover more about the interface. So here is the search bar. This is where you create a blank quiz. That's for the template gallery. There are some templates you can just use and change and adapt, like already made surveys, already made quizzes. And these are the recent forms that you created before. As you can see, they are titled like that, all right? And this is very important. You can filter your quizzes according to alphabetical order, date, the recent, and so on. Easy? Any questions? Good. So what happens when you create a new blank document? This will appear. From here, you can change the title of the form. But I want you to know something. Here, you can change the title, but this is for you. This will appear on the home screen, like this. Can you look here? This is titled Parents and Teacher Conference, but it's the same here. But look at here, book feedback. But here is different. Can you see? So what appears to you can be different. You can name or you can label the document by using a different name. For example, you teach different courses. So you can name this Online University Quizzes 1. But this one will appear to the students. You can just give it quiz 1. Level 1 quiz 1, because this will appear to the student, okay? And here you add the description of the quiz. Good. Let's discover these tabs there. Here you can add a question, a new question, like this one. If you want to add another one, just press here. I want you to know everything about the platform because in a moment we'll create our own quiz. So I want you to know everything about the website. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to raise your hand and ask me, okay? This is where you add a new question. This is where you can import ready-made questions. If you already have the questions on Google Doc, you can import them. This is where you add a title and a description section like this one. Can you see this one? This is for the title and the description. If you want to add another one, from here. Easy? Adding images, adding videos, and also adding sections. Do you know why we might need to add sections? Because this one is really important. Why do we need to create sections? Do you know?
What do you mean by sections exactly?
That's why we're talking about it.
Different types.
Not different types of question, no. Sections.
Is it like sub-questions?
Yeah. Yes, yes, good. How many sections can you see now? Just one, right? If we press add section, this will happen. 2 sections will be created. The first section is for the title and the description. You can add another section for personal information between this one and this one, and another section for the questions. You can also divide the questions to different sections: vocabulary, grammar, reading, and writing. So what's the benefit of having sections in our quiz? What do you think? Good. So what will happen when the student presses the link of the quiz? Is everything going to appear at once? No. He will only see the title and the description at the beginning. Then he will press next. Then he will see the title, the personal information section. After he writes his personal information, next. The reading and writing. He will answer all the questions. Next. That's the best of it, because you don't want him to see all the questions. Let's imagine if you have 100 questions and he sees all the questions when he scrolls down. This is very shocking. He will be demotivated and afraid. You just want him to see only 25 questions. Then he presses next. 25 questions, next. That's the benefit of having sections in your online quiz. Easy? Where can you create that? Add section. So do we do this at the beginning or at the end of our creation to the online quiz?
I guess why we're doing this.
While? What do you think? Hamad, what do you think? At the beginning or during our?
After finishing my part.
Your
After finishing my part.
part? Which part?
Like,
Ah,
I make questions like.
So you write the questions first, then you divide them into sections?
I
You-
will
you can-
create questions about vocabulary.
Good,
And then I will create questions about grammar.
good.
That's
No, I mean, when do we create the section? When do we press here?
After I finish the first section.
This one?
Into the next section.
Actually,
I should prepare my questions. I know that I will put
for example,
questions.
we have them like that, prepared.
If I prepare it in a paper, for example,
Good.
I know that I will put 4 or 5 questions, every question in a section, so I
Yeah.
will
When
put
do
it
we
in the
press? When do we press create sections? After.
By section.
Actually, I advise you to press it at the beginning before doing anything. Okay? You just press here, and sections will be created. Okay? Then you can divide them as you wish. The first section will be for personal information, for title.
Give me the choice how many sections that I can
Exactly.
put.
Good. Let's see. This is for the title and the description section, right? And directly we have questions. What if we need to add another one here? For personal information, the student will write his name, his code, his level. We can just add section, and we grab it and put it here between them.
I mean from the beginning, can I choose, for example, 5 sections?
Yes,
6 sections?
yes, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. You can just add 5 sections, then you can write the information there. Easy?
Can we arrange them, right?
Exactly, you can just drag them up and above. Good? Easy? Is it very clear? The section part is very important. Clear? Do you know why we create sections now? How we create them? Just press this one. Cool? Exactly. Exactly. Good. Now, these are the type of questions. How many type of questions you might need while creating online quizzes? Give me examples, like multiple choice. Good. True or false actually are the same as multiple choice. You just write the choices as true or false. Good. What?
comprehension.
Cool.
Basic questions like
Writing. The student should write something. Good. Rearrange.
Say questions.
Yeah, you say questions. So the student writes a full answer, not just choose something, right?
fill in the gaps.
Cool. Yes.
Standard words.
Yes. Good. 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 What about you? What do you think? Types of questions.
Various questions, summarize, what's the main idea, gives it a title.
No, you're talking about the types of questions in general. I'm talking about the types of question you can find here, because rearranging and WH questions are the same. They are just short answer questions. The student will write his answer. Cool, let's discover the types of question we find there. When you press this, these type of question will appear. Let's look at them. The first two are for writing answers. The student will write his own answer. They are very crucial, and I want you to think before you start them. Why?
Which one?
Before you add a question that requires the student to write his sentence, why is it very crucial for you as a teacher?
Depends on the student's level. How can you
No, not just that. Thank you.
Add the possible answer key.
Exactly. You create online quizzes to make it easier for you. You want the quiz to be marked automatically, right? You just give the website that A is the answer key, B is the answer key. The exam will be marked at the end, right? But when you create short answer questions, you need to give the website multiple answer keys. One with the full stop, and there is a space between the answer and the full stop. One with the comma, one with capital letters, one with, because you need to give the website different variety of questions that the website might consider correct.
They give accuracy.
The website reads your answer key. You feed it with answer key. With all these, with short answer questions, the student will write, I work as a teacher, and he wrote the I as small letter, not capital letter. If you give the website I as capital to be considered as the answer key, the website will see his answer as wrong.
Yeah.
So you need to give as many answer keys as possible for the website to consider them as answer keys. And actually, I didn't know that before I created my first online quiz, and I created the exam. 100 students took the quiz, and I realized that all of them got wrong, 0 in the first question, because it was a short answer question. And when I investigated their answers, I saw that their answers were all correct, but the problem was with capitalization, with commas, with punctuation. So I had to manually mark all the questions. So I take if this answer is correct, but the problem is with punctuation, I copy the student's answer and I put it as answer key. Can you imagine? I did this with 100 answers. So again, think again before you decide to use short answer questions in your online quiz.
What about paragraph? It will also be like this?
Paragraphs have to be manually marked. And you give the student feedback. Okay? Good. Easy? Now you have multiple choice and drop down. They are the same, but there is a difference between these two and this one. Do you know? They are all multiple choice questions.
Yeah.
What's the difference? What do you think?
The multiple choice questions, you have the answers in front of you. But for that drop down,
Yes,
menu,
that's one
you
difference.
click on the menu and then you
When you click on the menu, it drops down, and then you see different answers.
Yes.
But the core difference is that multiple choice and drop down allow the student to choose only one answer. But can you give the website the answer key to be like, you can tell the website that A is correct and B is also correct, but the student chooses.
only one answer.
With checkboxes, the student can choose more than one. These questions you use when the answers are, like maybe 2 answers can be considered correct, but you have to tell the student, choose all that apply. Choose all the answers that apply.
That we must put, give the answer.
Of course, you always have to give the website the answer key. Easy? I mean, you go to the answer key and you choose that A is correct and B is correct and C is correct. So checkboxes allow the student to choose more than one. So if your question has 2 correct answers and the student has to choose the 2 correct answers, are you going to choose checkbox or drop down? Clear? Good. Now with
I got it. For the multiple choice and also the drop down, I can learn
the website
itself, yes, that both A and B
are correct, but
and
the
that
student
correct.
chooses.
May choose one only.
Why do you do that? Because A is a possible answer and B is another possible answer.
Maybe I put
If-
in the
Instruction.
question and the instruction itself, two choices are correct. So we
Yeah,
have to choose
so that you don't confuse the students.
Yes, yes.
But they only choose one. So he chose A and she chose B. The website will mark this as correct and this will also be
So the
correct.
students are not allowed to choose 2 answers?
Yeah, that's
If
possible.
they choose 2 answers, it will be wrong?
Not wrong. You told the website that both
I
answers
mean,
are correct.
Multiple choice and they drop down. If they choose 2 answers. And
They cannot.
correct.
They cannot.
Yes, so they are not
They can,
allowed.
yeah, because they cannot choose. They cannot choose more than one answer in these two types of questions. If they pressed A and then they pressed B, it will shift. But for the check boxes, they can choose A and B. Clear? Easy peasy? Good. For the file upload, let's imagine that you have a course and this course has an oral component. Okay? An oral component. And you want this, how do we usually do that? We have a panel and we have each student individually. Hello Muhammad, talk about your last vacation. He starts talking and we give him a mark, right? How time wasting is this? Very time wasting, right? You could just ask the students to record a 2-minute recording and upload it to the website and then you marked yourself. You can do so from doing this. So when the student goes to the link, he will see upload. And the title there, record a 5-minute recording of you talking about your last vacation. He will record it on his phone normally, then he will go to the link, he will press upload, choose the file, and this is very beneficial because teachers used to create a WhatsApp group and ask the students to upload them. And right? You could just choose this one. It's very easy for you to mark. You see the student, the response, you hear his recording, you give him a mark. Easy? Good. Not just for recordings, uploading photos, as you like. If you're creating a survey and you want the student to upload his CEFR score, he took a placement test and you want him to upload his score so that you distribute them upon different levels. Upload your score. So uploading photos, videos, as you like. Easy? Now let's go to the linear scale. It looks like that. Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry for coming late,
It's fine.
but can I know what is the name of the program?
This is Google Forms. Google Forms. Okay? This is the linear scale. So when do you use it?
Survey, questionnaires.
Rating something, right? Can you use it for grammar? Vocabulary? I mean, is it only for surveys or can we use it in exams?
Yes, okay.
Can you give us a type of an example question?
Like, for example, you want to test them for the definition of a word, for example.
Mhm.
So do you think this word means I hate it very much, I super hate it, I
Mhm.
blindly hate it? So they can choose the rating.
And for example, thank you so much. For example, adverbs of frequency. When you look at the scale of adverbs of frequency, how frequent is this? Always and usually. And he rates. Formality. Formality, for example, like could you help me? Can you help me? How formal is could you help me compared to formality? Less formal, more formal. Easy? These are linear scale questions. Then multiple choice grid. It's actually for matching, right? You write all the questions in one column and all the answers in one column. And the student, for example, if the passage has, if you have a reading passage up there, the student will read it and he should answer all the questions like that. This is how it looks like. Easy? I use it for matching, personally. So what's the difference between this one and this one? You should tell me. Give them the chance. Good, yeah, yes. This one allows the student to choose only one answer for each question. This one will allow the student to choose more than one answer for each question. Easy? The same idea of multiple choice and checkbox. For time and date, you can use it with surveys. You can use it also with quizzes. For example, when did Amanda travel to Alex? And there is a date in the reading passage. For you to avoid short answer questions, you could just create it as date. So the student will go to the calendar, choose the specific date mentioned in the reading. And it will be easily marked as correct because you give the website that this date is the answer key. And this time is the answer key. Actually, for you, again, to avoid short answer questions. Because the student might write, she traveled to Alex at, another one wrote at, another one said, Alex, different answers, so many different answers in short answer questions. Try to avoid them as much as possible. Easy? Any questions about the types of questions in Google Forms? Yes?
Feedback. How can I give them the feedback?
We will go through this. We will go through this when we create our own quiz. Easy? So what's the next step? You created the questions.
You upload the form.
You send it
Yes.
to the students. But before sending it, there is another thing that review. But before you review it, settings. You need to adjust your settings. Before you start, if you need to create it as form, you could just go to a blank document and create your survey. But if you need it to be a quiz, you need the website to allow you to give answer keys and points. So you need to enable this one at the beginning. Before you start anything, make this a quiz.
At the very beginning, yeah.
This will allow you to give answer keys and points. Easy? So you need to enable this even before you write the questions, because you need to give answer keys to each question. This is the first thing for the settings. Then you have two choices. The answers and the score will appear automatically. It's fine if all the questions are multiple choice. If you need to review and give marks manually, later on, you check the quiz, you mark some questions manually, and then you decide to release the grades. Easy? These are for what the student will see after you release the grade. Okay? You can enable and disable each one of them. He can see the questions he missed, the correct answers and the wrong answers, the value points for each question, like question 1 was for 5 points, question 2 was 2 points, and so on. Again, when you send the student his grade, he will see review. When he presses review, this section is the section you decide what should appear to the student. Would you like him to see the correct answers or not? If not, because for example, he will see his own grade, and if he saw the correct answers, he can give them to his friend. So you don't want him to see the correct answers. You just want him to see the score. So remove this one. Okay? Easy? Any questions about this part? Which one do you don't understand? No questions? Okay. The last one is for giving default values. Like, you don't want to give each, if all the questions will take 1 point, just write 1 here. So that whenever you add a new question, it will be added with 1 point.
Is it allowed to students to miss a question? I think if we miss
No. This what will appear to the student after you release the grade. He will see the questions he missed.
He missed means he left it?
He left, yeah. He left, he didn't answer.
It's not allowed in the Google form.
You can allow, yeah, because you can choose that this question is required or not. If it is not required, he can miss questions and submit. If it is required, he must answer the question before he submit. So it goes back to you as a teacher. Will you require the question or not? Easy? That's the first section of the settings. Then you go to another section of settings, which is for the responses. Okay? So this one will ask the student to write his email. If you enable this, this can allow you to send the student a copy of his responses. Okay? Just an option there. If you want to allow editing, like after he presses submit, he can go back and edit his answer. And actually, I don't advise you to do so in quizzes. It's a good idea for surveys or questionnaires. He can just answer, and he changed his mind. I want to go back and choose B, not A. It's fine, but for quizzes, yes, it's not a good idea. Exactly. Okay? Yeah. You could limit 1 response, but this will ask the student to log into Google before accessing the quiz. Take my advice. If you are applying Google Forms in a classroom with young learners or even teenagers or even adults, and you created a quiz on Google Forms and you want them to take the quiz, make sure that all of them remember their passwords. Because you created the quiz and you told them, guys, next time I will send you online a link to a Google form quiz, an online quiz, okay? And you left. And from home, you send them the link on WhatsApp. And when they try to log into the link, it asks them to log into Google. They remember their Gmail, but they don't remember the password. So they will send you, Master, I cannot access the quiz. And you will kill yourself the moment you decided to create an online quiz. Because a bunch of questions will appear. I cannot access. So you need to inform them, guys, next time you have an online quiz, make sure you remember your username, your Gmail, and the password. Because it will ask them to write the user and the password, because one response is limited. How can you limit responses? Each Gmail has 1 response. Clear? Take my advice. I'm telling you this because I came from the future. If you did not tell them that you have to remember your passwords, they will send you, I cannot access the quiz, I don't remember my password.
Or I can turn this off.
They can take as many responses as possible. One student can take the quiz 10 times, and you mark it. You choose. You have to limit one response for each question.
It's not accurate. Maybe you cheat the answer. And it's not
Exactly,
the answer.
exactly. And then we will go to the debate, which one should I choose? Mr. Wallahi, the second one was the correct one. And easy? You have any questions? This one? Okay, you created the quiz. You will send the students the link, right? What's your name? I want you to take the quiz once. And if you press the link again, it will say you submitted your response. It will not allow you to take another response. If you enable this feature, you need to make sure that the students remember their password, because at the beginning, the website will ask them to write their Gmail and password. They need to log into Google to take the quiz, right? Easy? Sure? Ask me, wallah, it's fine. Good. Now, the last settings section is for the presentation. What will appear when the student presses the link? You could enable showing a progress bar. Actually, when you enable, this will appear. It's very beneficial to tell the student how many pages are left, right? You could shuffle the question order.
Very, very beneficial.
Very beneficial, because if you're taking this quiz face-to-face on their phones, you want him to see question 5 first and she sees question 3. It's fine for them to take the quiz even if they are sitting besides each other. You could change the confirmation message after the student presses submit. You could maybe your answer, not your response. Okay, maybe you say, Wula, good job. This is just a confirmation message that appears at the end. You could change it. Show link to submit another response. Actually, you cannot even enable this if you enabled limit one response. Okay. If you disabled autosave, this is very crucial. Look what happened when I enabled this. It's fine if you want to restrict them from going out of the browser, but it's not advisable, because we said that network issues happen. Maybe he loses network and then he wants to take the quiz again. If you did not enable this, the student is taking his quiz now and he accidentally closed the browser. He will go to the WhatsApp group and press the link again. He will see his answers and then he will continue further. It's fine. It will save his answers until he submits. Good? Last but not least, you need to send the quiz. As what's your name? Ahmed. He said you need to share. But before sharing, you need to review it. Right? This is where you can review the quiz. Like, you need to see what will appear to each student before sending the quiz. And this is where you send the quiz. You have two ways of sending the quiz. The first one is to type emails. So if you have all the student emails in an Excel sheet, copy all of them at once and press them here and send. They will receive the quiz on their Gmail. Or you could just copy the link and send it on any means, WhatsApp, Facebook. You could also share it directly to Facebook and X, but we don't actually do that. Easy? Cool? Ready to create your own quiz? All right. No, look, because we ran out of time and I knew that, you will help me. You will have your own version of the quiz and I will go to Google Forms and you will tell me where should I put each quiz. Where should I put each one? Okay? So take one and pass, please. So I'll create a blank document now. I have the quiz here, like you. Cool. Looking at the first part, general knowledge. Before I start adding information, what should I do at the beginning before I start? Is it a quiz? Should I enable this to be a quiz? Look, make this a quiz. Good. Now let's go back. What should I add first? Good job, you remember. Good students, wallah. I'll give you grades. Good. Now we have two sections. How many sections do we need? By just having a general look on the quiz. Again? No, think again. 3. What are they? Title. Exactly. So before even I start, I'll add another section. How many sections do we have?
3.
Now, looking at the first word, general knowledge quiz, where should I put this one? The title. Good. What about this one? this short quiz will assess? Exactly. Easy? Have we finished? Do we need any questions here? No. Let's remove this one. Now let's go to the second section. What is it for? Yeah, I take this one here. That's it. What about this one? A description for the... Exactly. Should I add other questions down there? Yeah. Good. Looking at the first one, what is the name? What type of question should I add here? Good students.
Can't I add a table here?
Table?
Like
No, like no. Okay, should I give it marks? Because look, it already took a mark. So I need to remove this. Make it 0. And I need to make it exactly. What about the next part? Yeah, so I can add a new question here, or if I need it to be the same template, I can duplicate. Look here, when you do this, just change the title. Easy? Easy? Good. What about this one?
Give them choices.
Exactly. So I create another question. I add language level. Maybe I can make it choices. So I take beginner, intermediate, advanced. Okay. I'm sorry. That's it. Easy?
No answer key.
Without answer.
Without an answer key and no points. Good. Have we finished this section?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now let's go to the next section. What is it for? So I take the title here and add it here. I can add a description like carefully choose your answers and revise them as you wish. What's the first question? What type of question is this one? Or drop down, as you wish, right? Can work for both. So you just copy the question, add a question, write the question. Doesn't have to be neat, okay? And copy the 3 choices. Good. Should you choose the answer?
Yes.
Exactly. Which answer is the synonym of happy? So you go to answer key like that, and you choose joyful to allow the website to mark it automatically. You give it 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah, look, because it's 1 point here, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. Then make it required. Actually, there is in the setting you can say mark all questions as required.
Yes.
You could just do that. Good. What about the next one? What type of question? Do we have fill in the gaps? We don't have fill in the gaps.
Short answer.
Exactly. So we take the question like that. And that's it. So make it required and give it 1 point. What should we do next?
Answer key you will.
This comes the did part. Yeah. You could just say she goes. Okay. That's one possible answer. Maybe it will be capitalized. Maybe it will be she goes, and you start giving as many. That's the answer. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ah, this is better now. Only one answer. My bad. Make it capital, make it small. Write the full answer. Okay? You give the website as many variations as possible. And trust me, you will see new answers after the students will answer. Capitalize, punctuation mistakes and capitalization mistakes. Then what about this one? Exactly. Cool. So let's go directly to the important parts. What about this one? 4.
Check boxes.
Why?
Because I can
Select all that.
yeah.
So the student needs to have more than one answer. What about this one?
Linear scale.
Look, this is how you create the linear scale. You take the question, and you just take very informal, yeah, and very formal. Make it required, and I'll show you how it will appear to the student. Then what about 6?
Grid. This check. No, wait.
This one.
Grid, yeah.
Exactly. What about uploading?
Profile.
Exactly. Good. Yes. When you choose upload file, you can add restrictions like make it only specific types. Okay. The maximum size of the file. Okay. Make it required. And what about the last one? So it's not a short answer. It's going to be a yes, exactly. And this is, you will not give an answer key. This is how the exam will look like at the end. Let me show you how it will appear to students when we preview it. The student will see the title and the description. Next, he needs to write his information. Next, and the questions. See, I cannot choose more than one. And here I will write my answer. I choose true or false. Here I can choose more than one. I'll choose in the linear scale. That's for matching. And that's for uploading the file. And that's for writing my paragraph. Easy? How to give feedback? That's a question. I need to submit my answers. So let me just upload any file here. I uploaded the file. I submitted my answers. You will go back and you will see one response. Individual responses. That's the student response. I got 2 points on. Very bad. Down there, you read the paragraph, right? You could give it a point out of 5. So it's very bad. I'll give it 2. And I can write my feedback. You did well in your answer, but please next time make sure you check your punctuation and so on, and then you save the feedback. And look there. You could save and then not send. There should be release grades. Maybe because this is just a preview, no email, but you will see release grades here. You will send them the grades. Easy? Any questions? They will receive the score on their email and the feedback. Everything, they will see that. They will see this. Okay? Any questions?
What if they didn't register? What if they didn't?
They will not be able to access the quiz. Cool. Now, very quickly, because we ran out of time. Okay, sometimes you need to create the quiz yourself, and you taught a course, you have some vocabulary items, and you don't have questions. Maybe this was a course, authentic material, used videos from YouTube, reading passages, and you extracted the important words. So now you just have some vocabulary items, and you need to create questions to test the student, right? What will you do? What you do usually What do you usually do? Start. Yeah, people used to create their own quizzes. For example, I have a word like car. So I create a quiz. I go to school by, and I have a photo of a car, and I give them choices: bus, car, train. So I create the questions. Nowadays, we don't actually need that. We have ChatGPT. You could talk to ChatGPT. I actually created a prompt to help me to just copy the prompt and send it to ChatGPT, and give ChatGPT the list of vocabulary items, and he will create all the questions for you. I'll give you 1 minute to read the prompt. You take like a text. You copy the text.
Is it a free?
Yeah. ChatGPT is a free website now, and this prompt is free. I will give it to you. Just read it. I need you to see how I talk to ChatGPT.
I do typing.
You don't?
I do typing.
Yeah.
And I make very much specified. So I am a teacher and I'm teaching them students.
Exactly.
So I told them what I need exactly.
So yes, I told them that I need your assistance creating MCQ questions for some vocabulary words, and I need you to make sure that your questions will match this criterion.
That's it.
So please read it. Read it, please. Publications?
Yes, for the questions.
You give
When I give him very much number of questions, 150 questions, but making the test bank. So he tend to
repeat questions?
Yes.
You don't. Maybe my advice: don't give it many questions at once. We give him 25, 25, so that you can monitor, and if he duplicated, and then you can tell you are duplicating questions. Don't duplicate them, please. He keeps. Okay. Don't choose a ChatGPT. Try Cloud. There is another website called Cloud. CLAUDE. CLAUDE. It's perfect.
I mean, simply, she could say like, delete the repeated questions.
She says that he keeps sending them. Easy? Okay, let me show you what happens when you copy and paste the prompt to ChatGPT. I copied the prompt, I pasted, I sent it. He told me, good job, man, just send me your vocabulary list. I copy the vocabulary list, I paste it, send it, and he creates questions. Copy and paste. Voila. Easy? Good. If you want your copy of the prompt, just scan this QR code. We'll have a Word document with the same text. Just copy and paste.
Can I export these questions as a PDF file? In Word?
You need to copy and paste them into a Word document. You cannot directly. You can?
I think you can ask it.
Maybe it's a new feature. Yeah, I haven't tried this. Link? No, he's talking about exporting the questions from ChatGPT as a Word document at once.
I think you can ask it to export it.
Maybe, yeah.
Word file.
What do you understand from looking at this picture? Exactly. Exactly. What you mentioned at the beginning of the session is online quizzes are difficult to proctor. Students can easily cheat. So how would we restrict them from cheating? What do you think? Using Google Forms. How can we observe the students while taking their quizzes from home?
Limit the time.
This is one option.
100 questions and just 3 minutes.
Okay.
The option of stopping is amazing.
Limiting time, but actually we don't have a limiting time feature embedded in Google Forms itself. We need to add add-ons. So these are two add-ons, extensions. You could search for them in Google and just enable Quilgo, for example, allows you to add timer to 50 quizzes for free, setting time limits for individual questions and also for quizzes, and you can proctor 2 exams for free. Do you know the meaning of proctoring?
Yes.
Good. If you enable this, you could ask the website to ask the student for permission to turn on his camera while taking the quiz, and also sharing his screen. The student will enable these 2 features. After the student finishes and submits, you will see a full report. You will go to the student response and you will see a video or screenshots of his face, mashallah, or his mom's face taking the quiz instead of him, and also that he swapped the screen and he went to Google, he cheated and he went back. Give him 0. But of course, if you told the student that you will be proctored, you will turn on your camera, your screen will be shared, he will never cheat. So just by enabling these 2 features, you made sure that the students do not cheat. Easy? These QR codes will take you directly to YouTube tutorials of how to use these 2 extensions. Okay? They are the same, by the way. I wanted to give you 2 options. And actually, they are not totally free. They will give you free trial, and then you have to pay. English score.
Yes.
Yeah. It will be your Google form will be exactly like the British Council's English score application. It will see your face and also your microphone.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing before you leave, that's the last thing. If you have the quiz like that, you have the quiz on an online, on a Google Doc, a Word document. What did we do? We copied each question and we pasted the question and the choices into Google, question by question, right? Do we have a faster way of doing this? I have the exam in a Word document like that. Good? Your manager your supervisor gave you the exam on a Word document. And you need to transform this Google Doc into a form, a quiz, an online quiz. And instead of copying and pasting the questions and the choices, do we have a faster way? What do you think? Do you know?
I guess something related to AI.
It's not AI.
Upload the file. Upload the file.
Okay, if you uploaded the file, how would the website understand that this is a section, this is a question, this is the answer key? It will not understand that. Easily, to answer your question, there is an extension, small thing that you could search for. It's called Form Builder. Okay? It by the snap of a finger transforms your Google Doc into an online quiz. How do you give the website that this is the answer key? For example, you make the choice as bold. Okay, if you want to know more about using Form Builder, there is a live stream I created on Facebook. This is the QR code for my live stream, but it's in Arabic because I want it to be for everyone. You could just go directly to the minutes 36. You will see me start talking about Form Builder and applying it step by step. Okay? Don't forget to like and share more. Easy? It's a Facebook page. Okay? Cool. I'm so sorry for taking much of your time. Do you have any questions? Thank you so much. When you scan this QR code, you will see all my personal information, like my email, my Instagram, my Facebook page, everything. And also you see other beneficial things. Thank you so much for being here today. Actually, I would like to take a picture with you, if you accept. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you like the session.